We are live in downtown Overland Park and doing a story about the food drive that a high school student is doing. This is one of those beautiful mornings, so I should take advantage and at least walk up and down the block here downtown. Yeah, downtown. We're in that April rainy season. Had thunderstorms last night and rained pretty good last night overnight, and I expect more of that this evening. But the air is cool. I could take this jacket off, but when I'm not moving it gets chilly. Probably upper 50s, low 60s. And they've got the farmers market completely torn apart as they rebuild it. Red Kitchen. There's a place that Jose and I ate at here, a Salvadoran restaurant. I'm not sure if it's here anymore. Doesn't look like it. Culinary Center of Kansas City. I've been here before, done stories, cooking classes. Mildred's used to be here. I think Mildred's was where that Lulu's is now. I think Mildred started down here. Very pretty morning. We have a bit of a large amount of time between our first hit in the 5, beginning of 5, and our second and last hit, which is at the end of 6. So I don't need to just sit in the car the whole time. Although I usually take this downtime to work on my blog, get the archives set up. That's what I usually do when I go to a coffee house. Oh, look at that sky. Isn't that gorgeous? I believe this used to be an interurban railroad station for what they call the Strang Line. Let's see if I'm right here. Strang Line car barn and power plant. Constructed in 1906. The Missouri-Kansas Interurban Railway. Founded by William B. Strang, hence the name Strang Line. Buffalo State Pizza. Here's a look at downtown from the north end here. Buffalo State Pizza is moving across the street, looks like. And this used to be Papaqueños when they tried to expand. Now they only have one location in Lawrence again, I think. I don't know what happened with that, but they were doing well, and then they had problems. They also had one in Westport. I'm not sure if that's a Papaqueños either. I remember going to Papa Kenya's and Lawrence in the original store, which is where the coffee house is now. And it was a small place. And I remember their pizza was good and it was unique. Christian Science Reading Room. Quite a few places have come and gone here. Here's Lulu's. I think this is where Mildred's used to be. I like their arrow sign, even though that's what you would call a postmodern. Postmodernism being something that is of an old style, but done with newer materials. Let's check out the construction over here. Oh, essentially it's a mud hole. Yep. They're digging to make it, I guess, bigger. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. And check out this mural here. I remember when the original building over here burnt down. Maybe this is why the name on the top is the Phoenix Building. It burnt down and they completely demolished it and rebuilt. There's Buffalo State Pizza. The Peanut on Santa Fe. We like the Peanut. The original one is like 51st Street in Kansas City. 51st and Main, I believe. And by original, I mean it was at one time, I think it was a speakeasy, is its claim to fame. So that's, what, 1920s? Ooh, hi. It's our little penny walking tour of downtown Overland Park. I almost said Letha. And let's see if we can see the sunrise over here. Have to go out in the street to see it, but you can get away with this time in the morning. Somewhat, barely. Although it's really lost its golden light. We got purple flowers there. They're completely redoing everything down here. Ooh, I can really smell those flowers. Nice. All right. And there's our dragon sign over there. And our view of downtown Overland Park. Gotta get a shot of the Dragon Inn sign. This is not postmodern, this is modern. Let's see. Here at 80th and Foster. This is original to the era. All it says is it's a landmark building. That's a landmark sign. A lot of these signs are being removed from their original location. They're being preserved. I think there's a sign museum here in town. And a lot of these places are closing. Like the latest one is Dave's Stagecoach Inn in Westport. That sign is gone because Dave's closed. And in the old days, they used to just rip them down and throw them in the scrap heap. Now, at least they're preserving them because they now have historic value, even though for a long time they were in that in between when people didn't think much of them because everybody just kind of grew up with that stuff, and its fashion for a while had long passed, but now it's cool again. Well, let me tell ya, we shall finish the rest of the tour with a driving tour, I guess. Just south end here. Uh-oh, this car's coming. They're not waiting. But, this was the Santa Fe Trail. I neglected to mention that. Usually I mention that every time. And this right here actually was Santa Fe Trail. It's all got names of Santa Fe Trail Drive or Santa Fe Drive. And there's a little burger joint. They're still here? No? They're gone. It's now Humupita or whatever. But I think they're up on Johnson Drive now at the old Valentine Diner. I can't keep up with it. I don't hit all these areas often enough to... What is this place? Huh. Maybe a little taco place. I don't know. But this goes... Eventually it goes to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Hence the name Santa Fe Trail. Santa Fe, California, Oregon Trail. And this was part of it. I mean, there were many trails around here that, you know, many paths that they took. But you can follow this into Kansas. There's places you can get off. There's wagon swales and things like that. Pull my map back up. Oops. There we go. So you can sort of see where I'm going, what it is along here. At one time, none of this was here, and it was wagon trains heading west. Or, I don't know, for Santa Fe, I think it was like these big commercial wagons pulled by teams of oxen. It wasn't like a migration trail like the California, Oregon trails. It was more of a commercial trail. The 18-wheelers of their time. This goes on. We'll end this at the highway. Fred's Train Stop. Is that model trains, or is that a restaurant that serves your food on a train? Like Fritz's. I believe there's Fritz's in KCK, and then there's one in Crown Center. There's a lot of indications, a lot of things that are still here from the old times. I mean, even this strip mall is fairly old. Looks like at least 1960s, maybe 1950s. You know, that's considered old now. I guess it's 70 years ago now. Jeez. 60, 70 years ago. The not until really recently we would say that the 1950s was old. It wasn't. A lot of nostalgia. Nostalgia tends to run in 20-year cycles. About the time when people start reaching middle age, they look back to their high school years, the cars they drove, the music they listened to, and then it all comes back in 20-year cycles. And we're seeing that a lot with 90s music now. Going into the 2000s, no, geez, 20 years ago, in the early 2000s, people being nostalgic for the aughts, the zeros. I remember in the 70s when there's a lot of 50s nostalgia, the release of the movie American Graffiti in the early 70s, and then the TV show Happy Days, and then on the radio, everywhere you turned, people were playing 50s music, and sock hops were becoming popular again, and the 50s styles and stuff. Well, anyway, this like I say, if this goes west, you can follow it. We did once, all the way out to New Mexico. Instead of taking Route 66, we took this, which I believe is 56 in Kansas. Different routings. You end up in Dodge City. We were driving our road track, which was a Dodge, and we're making jokes. We got to get the Dodge out of Dodge. I don't want to go south. I want to go north. We're going to take I-35 here and get out of here. Oops, let this truck in. The Tundra might give me a cold shoulder if I don't. Ha 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 ha. It's a Toyota Tundra. Alright, well, we'll end it here. Woohoo! Let's take a break here for some tamales and coffee. out of groceries. We're here at the kids' last swim meet. I think it's the last one. Is that her?
Yeah, I'm looking for the seats.
Messiah came to join us.
Hesitation. Victoria hesitated one time.
He turned good, but he didn't turn closer to the line again.
That's our guy there.
I can't see it.
The second lane.
I know an Oscar, but that's not the Oscar I know, so.
It looks like it should be our guy. I don't know. The shorts look right. Maybe not.
The one that says Lincoln on his hat. The one that's in the back.
Okay.
Well, you know he's not in the back, but like.
That's our guy.
Yeah. Sometimes you just look at his hat because they say Lincoln big on it.
And confusing. I missed Saya's and only got the end of Zach's. We've been sent to get dinner. Aunt Suyan ordered. So we're picking up here. We got our vittles.